Hi, I am doing a sketchbook session because, as the title will say, I am recovering from a multiple sclerosis relapse. So my hand is kind of all floppy. It's really,
Fucky.
it's what?
Fucky.
Yeah, floppy,
And
fucky.
we're recording this on your computer.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's so old computer. I've got it. It's got
It's
a
not
better.
old. It's 2
It's
years
not old. Yeah.
5800X AMD.
Which is the last video that was up. So
2070 Super.
that's why he was. Yeah, that's why he was talking about graphics cards in the last video, because he was putting them together. But I have these to try and to sketch, and I'm gonna sketch a bird because my hand, like I said, are all floppy / fucky, whatever you want to say. And that's not the right freaking tab. Let's see. Let's go over here. Is it this one? Yeah, it's near the end. It's a bird, a burb, somewhere.
Why don't you just drop now?
Because I don't know why. And this is there we go.
You can actually just press end.
There we go. There's the bird that I was looking for.
Is it coming up on the recording?
Yeah, no, the bird isn't coming up in the recording. I'll put a photo because it's up from Unsplash.
Okay.
But I'll put a recording of a picture of the bird on the screen somewhere, or wherever. I don't know where exactly. Somewhere. We'll put it up there somewhere. Because, you know, I am going to use probably these. These are, I got them at a Asda because they were cheapish. So they are Helix Oxford Color Gel pens. So yeah, they're 0.7. So they're kind of not tiny, but not small. Not small either. So let's see. Get these out. There we go. So okay, there's a black. I didn't realize there was a black. This is a sketchbook that, you know, it's just a basic. It's a look-term sketchbook, right? It's not black. What color is it? That's like purple. I don't really know. It's not black though.
It looks red to me.
No, it's not really black. This maybe is black. Maybe this is black.
Does it not tell you what they are?
Does it? Not on them. No. That's black.
Okay.
Okay. So, drawing a bird, and it's blue. So we should probably use blue. So we use this blue. Now, I probably won't use the highlighters in these things. I might do a separate video, like a quick swatch video for these. But apparently I was in like a pastel mood, apparently, trying to get like, you know, pastel Steedler. Is it Steedler or Stedler?
Steedler.
Oh, I can't say it.
Steedler.
Alright, but I can't say it right. So, let's see if I can draw this bird. So, like I said, the title says multiple sclerosis. Drawing with multiple sclerosis. I think that's what the title was going to say. I haven't made my mind up yet, but the title was going to say. But, I had a relapse. I had steroids. It was for my foot. But, it also kind of affected my hands, actually. So, my hands, when I have a relapse, it's like I'm stuck in, like, my hand. Oh, these are smudgy. That's not okay. So I gotta make sure to try. So I completely messed that up. So I gotta redraw this. But when I draw, my hands get really, like, coming through cement or like a really thick Jello. We'll say, like trying to get through Jello. You can't really control your hands, or I can't control my hands. I know how that affects. It doesn't affect everybody differently. That's what the thing with MS. It affects everybody differently. Similar but different things. And this beak is not the right thing. It should be out here. It should be more narrow. This one is sort of right. But yeah. So like I was saying, it really affects your hands. And the fact that tingly, numb feeling that I get. Some people do. It's quite common actually. A tingly, numb feeling kind of thing. But it's kind of frustrating because you can't really feel what you're doing, or you can't. What's the other thing? You don't know where your hands are. And this bird is gonna look really odd, but that's okay. It's a sketchbook. Sketchbooks are supposed to be odd. You know, I'm not one to have perfect sketchbooks. I really am not. You know, the messier the better kind of thing for me. This bird, you know, okay, we're just gonna draw a fantasy bird, loosely based on a bird. That's what we're doing. You know, yeah, that's what I'm saying we're doing. And I'm fine with that because I draw a lot of fantasy stuff anyway. I used to. I don't draw so much now. I'm trying to draw more. But so yeah, back to my hands. My hands, they get, like I said, numb feelings. Like if I can't pick up, like, oh, I can do it now because it's kind of things, but paper and stuff is, you can't, because I can't feel it, I can't separate it, or pick up like pennies or any kind of change stuff. That's not going to happen. And then it's kind of, like I said, it's annoying because I'll place my fingers down where I think they are, but they're not. Like, they don't, like, touch my nose, not happening, right? That's one of the tests actually they give you. You can touch your nose and blah, 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 and, or can you feel your fingers? No, that's the problem. I can't feel my fingers, and but I don't know what to say about this because it's really hard to. Multiple sclerosis, like I said, affects everybody differently, and there's similarities between them, yes, but It's John's typing away at something. He's probably
Lightly.
no, it's fine. I don't know if you're on Discord or if
No,
you're.
I'm just typing
See, it's kind of like a bird. We'll call it a bird. It's a realist. It's kind of like maybe I should turn it into a griffin. Oh, and there's not enough space. Let's pick a different color. I don't like this blue. Let's go with a different blue. This is like a darker blue. So we'll go with a darker blue. And it looks like a bluish purple. That's not. That's all right. And it's very hard to know where, because you can't hold that's the other thing. You can't really hold the pencils right. At least I can't. Like I said, I'll say when I say you can't, assume it's just me at this moment in time. And so I even hold them more awkward than what I normally hold them, because I can't feel them in my fingers. So then it's really hard to control things. When I'm trying to control things, I can't. Like sometimes I have to hold them like this. You can't really see what I'm doing, like this, to control it. So I've got most of it like that. Now that was actually not the first symptom I had with MS. First symptom was I got really wobbly legs, and I thought maybe,
Fell over my parents' flat.
yeah, I fell over your parents. The first, I was 18 actually. I remember I was about 18. Went for a bike ride, and came back, was really wobbly. I thought it was from the bike ride, but it kept happening. Didn't think anything of it. Then of course, 18-year-old me, you're 18, you're stupid. And I thought, hey, maybe I've got Lyme disease. It'll be okay. Fuck it. Pretty much. I didn't even go to get a test. So then,
I'm still dealing with that today.
yeah. And then when I went to New Zealand, I fell down about 3 steps. And that was fun.
And I got soap powder in my
Yeah, his teeth tasted like soap because the soap got in the teeth. So that was like, and then it wasn't until a couple of years later, probably about 2 years, my hand went completely numb. Could not feel my hand at all. And both hands actually. And then I started getting like pins and needles up in my arms, and that was fun. And then I went blind in my right eye, but not completely. Well, it did go completely blind. I couldn't see anything on my right eye, but it was like a on-off, like a switch, which was really odd. So then, of course, go to the doctor, and went to the doctor for my hands, and luckily or not luckily, I'm in an area where there are lots of people with MS. So the doctor didn't tell me that, hey, maybe it's MS. She just sent me to a neurologist. And then the neurologist does all the tests and stuff like that. Now, MS there's no one specific test for MS. It's a test of elimination.
Yeah,
so
diagnosis of elimination.
Diagnosis of elimination, that's it. So you test for everything to rule it out. And then you kind of like, then you take it to do an MRI. Sometimes a lumbar puncture. They didn't do a lumbar puncture for me. And then, because of probably the bleeding disorder, and my MRI clearly says MS. So do an MRI sometimes, lumbar puncture sometimes. Well, they usually always do an MRI if they once they've done all the other tests like blood tests and stuff like that, then they do an MRI, and then they sometimes do a lumbar puncture not at the same time, but along with that, and then because from all that they decide, okay, you have MS. Now the lesions, they're like not white, they're like bright things on the MRI thing. And a lot of mine, well, there's a few of it, but a lot of mine are on the cerebellum, which is what controls your movement. So then when I have like a relapse, because that's where most of my lesions are, that's why my hands go numb. I can't control my hands; they get all floppy. My legs go numb. I can't walk properly. And then that's why I get steroids. And then the steroids usually help over the course of 5 days. They're fucking horrible. I hate them. They're bitter as hell. Like, it's just, you can't imagine how bitter they are. And then sometimes it doesn't work right away. Sometimes it has to kind of, inflammation might be really inflamed. So then you have to, I need a yellow. There's a yellow. And so it might take a couple days. But thankfully this time they started working about a second day. And then I kind of had like a little bit of a relapse, because it was really odd. It kind of, the feeling in my legs kind of went away again. But then now I can feel my legs. I'm still having a bit of a drop foot problem, and that might never go away. That might always be there from the damage that was caused from the MS. Now, if you don't know what MS is, it's a disease where the myelin, it's a protective coating on your nerves. It pretty much gets eating away. Now, I'm simplifying this a lot. But
basically, it's like if the insulation on electrical wire wet,
yeah,
starts sparking, shorting out.
Yeah, so
that's why if you have somebody drinking, you get tipsy, you walk straighter,
yeah,
because it damp.
Yeah.
Unlike normal people where they start getting wobbly, it damps out all the interference.
Yeah.
It's like putting an attenuator or a radio to block out stations from miles away that are intruding on the station. Pardon me, sorry, that's very me. Intruding on the station you want.
Yeah.
So by doing that, it damps off the interference, so you walk straighter.
Yeah, it's really odd.
So,
I mean, I don't drink a lot.
Getting pissed though is not a solution.
No, you can't.
Social anxiety. You know, one of the most common, one of the most
My green is dead.
effective
No.
treatments for it.
Get pissed.
Get tipsy.
Well,
That's
hey.
true. A lot of people with social anxiety do it. I don't know. You know the twitches I get.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the one? One of the things people do if you start your hands is drink.
It's drink, yeah.
Because it damps down that.
The things, yeah.
Yeah, it stops it happening. But it's not really a way to cope.
No, you can't spend your life pissed. You know, your liver will not, you know, like that, appreciate that too much. But so yeah, I mean, like I said, this is not really a very good explanation. Well, that was an explanation of what MS is and stuff. But once the damage is done, the damage is done. So that's why probably the drop foot won't go away. That's what my damage happened to me. Now, with my vision, I get like optic neuritis where it damages that nerve, and then I can't really see, or things go gray, you lose track of colors, which is great when you're an artist, when all the colors go off. But you lose reds. Reds are bad. You can't see reds really. So now my eyes are fine at the moment because I can see the red. That's one of the tests actually. They hold up a bright red pen and say, "Does this look red to you?" And if it's no, then you have optic neuritis. Well, there's other things too, but you know that's like the second thing they ask you, like if it's just red. This is not even as red as it could be. Like, okay, I bring my phone. My phone is red. I know I'm having a freaking optic neuritis thing when this phone isn't as bright as this, because then I know the nerve in my eye is acting up, and I need steroids so I don't go blind. But if I go blind, I go blind. You know, there are blind artists out there. You know, just finger paint and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is my very quick bird. It kind of looks like a bird. It looks like a bird. Doesn't look like that bird, but it looks like a bird.
It does look like that bird.
So yeah, so this is my quick sketch because my hands are all kind of wobbly and stuff like that. They're getting better. And next video will be digital because it's a little easier for me to do digital. With the MS and me with my hands, I can hold digital and I can erase. It's easier with the digital. It just is easier. I don't know why. It just is. I'm traditionally trained, but I'm kind of, you know, going to the digital route, but trying to do traditional too. And I have the hiccups. That's great. So yeah. So my point is, drawing with the MS, it's a pain in the ass sometimes, especially with a relapse. Because my hands can't feel anything, and it doesn't, like I said, doesn't affect everybody the same way, but that's why I haven't done the coloring book yet, and I'm still planning on doing the coloring book.
I keep telling you she should do it.
But I had to wait because I couldn't feel my hands.
The ones you were doing, some of the concept art,
which I'm going to do.
For decades.
Which I'm going to do, but
that's cool. Size of an elephant rhino beetle. This thing's huge.
Yeah, those things are cool. Yeah, people keep them as pet in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know. People keep them as pets in Japan.
That's cool. Not the shell. Theme sink.
Well, that's kind of cool. We're looking at stuff on Reddit. He's looking. I think it's Reddit. But so yeah. So
I love this. The Daily Mail.
What?
Ukraine claims it shot down one of Putin's hypersonic missiles that travel at 10 times the speed of light. Face palm. No, 10 times the speed of sound, maybe, not speed of light. 10 times the speed of light, you never intercept it.
It's a Daily Fail. What do you expect? You know. But yeah, see, these two. I like these pens, but they're freaking they make a mess. Look, my hands all blue.
Oh well.
Nothing new for me. I usually get covered in stuff anyway. But so this is a very. I'm not sure how long this video is, but yes, it's probably very longer than I wanted it to be. That's okay, because I sketched a bird. And I'll be back. The next thing is going to be. I'm not really 100% sure. Might be a mermaid, because I did have plans to draw mermaids from Mermaid, but that, like I said, the relapse kind of scuppered that. So I had a couple of videos planned. But the relapse just went like, nope, no videos for you. So, but yeah, I'm done rambling, and I'm looking at the camera, but you can't see my face, which is really. I need to set up another one so you can see my face. But because we do have another one I can set up, you know. But so yeah, this needs more blue, but I'll do it off the camera. So. Because this is long enough for me rambling about an MS, which kind of made sense, but kind of didn't, because that's what the MS does with my brain, because the cognitive functions, it fucks with your brain. That's another thing. But anyway, I'm not talking about the cognitive functions, because it's really fucking with my brain. But anyway, so thank you for listening to me.
It's always messing your brain.
It's always messing with my brain.
Your brain needs jump leads or something.
ADHD and it.
To turn your brain
I know.
into working.
It's like, yeah. And I've taken my ADHD meds today. Yeah, I did.
I think it's funny though how much quieter these two computers are.
I know they are, yeah.
Old one.
I know.
This one has a 7900X and a 4090.
Yeah, the bigger one, yeah.
It's completely fucking silent.
Yeah, yeah.
Then again, it's got a liquid cooler in it because the heat chip can kick out.
Yeah.
And the graphics card though is a 3-slot heatsink, which is something that's over-engineered in the extreme because the bloody thing never gets hot.
You know, but that's good.
Just went,
well, that's why.
Yeah, but they could have went with a 2-slot cooler. It probably would have done the job.
No, but that's
It's
good that it doesn't.
over-engineered.
No,
and
but it's good that it
spinning.
doesn't blow up or get hot. You know?
No, but it doesn't even get warm. That's the odd thing.
Oh, there's pink. I didn't use pink. What is pink like?
You know what I mean?
I said I was gonna finish this off camera, but hey, I'm gonna add some color to it now. But yeah, so yeah, so I talked about MS, talked about not being able to sketch and draw for a bit. That was a pain in the ass, trust me. And then yeah, what else to talk about? Nothing else to talk about. I think I'm done talking and rambling. So I will leave you at that, and I can go there. And he has like stuff around his eye, blah blah. Okay, so I'm done with that because I keep getting. See, it's more blue. But, so, thanks for listening to me ramble about, I don't even know what this time. And then,
no one ever does.
Nobody ever. I ramble a lot. That's what they do. And I try my best to talk slowly. I do. But I just talk fast normally, and it's really hard. But anyway, so you might have to listen to this, like, you know, not speed up, but slow down maybe. I don't know. But, so, like, share, subscribe, ring the notification little bell, wherever that is, I can't remember. And leave a comment if you want. You don't have to, but it's really nice when people do. And I will be back sometime this week with something, and I don't know what. But I will sketch more birds, because I like birds. So, okay, bye.